I wish I took the initiative to build the relationships with my parents and siblings
while I had the opportunity to spend more time at home and while they were mostly at home too. Life just became busier for them and me as well, but I know that the next time I have the opportunity to stay with my family, I would do so. That's actually really sweet, because I feel like when we were all at home, especially during MCO, there was probably a time where everything just kind of slowed and like grind down to a stop kind of situation, and then we actually took a step back to see what we actually appreciated in life.
To be honest, I kind of resonate with this as well, and but in a sense, because I was in a boarding school since I was 13, I couldn't say much about this because I had no choice but not to be at home. But this is true, and for everyone out there, really just try to spend your time with your family. When you were a teenage, I understand that we all have this like teenage angst where you don't want to spend the time with your family, you just want to spend your time with your friends. But I think that as you grow up, you realize how important your family is and that they will most probably not betray you for your life.
I think a lot of times, and for me personally, I do take my family for granted sometimes in terms of like the time I have spending time with them.
I want to be more active in ECA, grab more opportunities, meet new friends to expand my connection and step out of my comfort zone. I realized hiding in this introvert body refrained me from a lot of social interactions. If I practice my communication skills since primary school, I might be more brave now and have more friends. I want to be more all-rounder, like active in sports with good academic scores. How I wish I could turn back time. I feel like social interactions or like social skills is something you can still build regardless of how old you are, and obviously you can start now instead of regretting why you didn't start earlier. As someone who enjoys social activities, just try to not think much about it when you want to socialize with people, because genuinely no one cares that much. No one really cares. So yeah, just go for it.
I wish I cared less about what people think of me.
It prevented me from being my true self, which I now realize is key for achieving greater things in life. I think this is something that everyone can like resonate with, even like to a smaller scale. This is something that everyone can agree with as well. And I think that's a lot of times we do try to change ourselves to fit that mold that society brings us into. And a lot of times I feel like everyone goes through this journey where they do try that for a while. They do try to like, be more social, because like, it's really sad how society is like, you have to be a social person. You need to be like a really outgoing person. You got to be a really like energetic person in order for you to be liked by everyone. And I think that's quite sad as well for people who just don't really have the energy for that, because that's just not who they are, right? It's okay to be introvert. It's okay to be extrovert. It's okay to be an ambivert.
So this is normal, but I think what sets you apart from it being healthy and unhealthy is the way you deal with it. Because sure, there's going to be some people who dislike you. Maybe it's because something you've done, or maybe you haven't realized it. But to be honest, not all people have those types of emotions towards you. And sometimes it can be just you overthinking, and overthinking too much can bring you down.
This is even longer. Falling in love.
Basically, my life got more complicated after I got with my first ex. My mental and emotional stability was on the line.
I started underperforming in every aspect. I knew the reason, but I couldn't tell my parents because I didn't want them to see me as weak. I'm a guy, by the way, so I'm pretty sure you understand.
I healed from that relationship after a year, but love just became an addiction.
I wanted to feel that again, but I was scared of the pain if it fails again.
I got into another relationship in July last year. Fun fact, I broke up with her before SEM exams, and damn, that was hard. My parents thought I was irresponsible for not studying, and my teachers just kept bad-mouthing me, but none of them knew the true reason.
I was literally breaking down, but I'm not the kind of guy to open up. I'm still trying to recover now, but I'm slowly catching up with my studies again.
I'm still struggling though, and the pressure of KY is not helping at all.
To sum it up, I regret falling in love. It ruined me, but I somehow still managed to crawl through life.
Whoever you are, I hope you're doing a lot better now, because it does seem like you've been through a lot, and it does seem that This is something that really affected you, and for good reason that it did affect you.
It's not that I resonate with this stereotype, but coming from a guy, this was more surprising to me. And to be completely honest, this gives me a perspective on how everyone, regardless of their gender, feels the same way.
First of all, I don't think you should really regret falling in love, because even though it may have not been the best experience for you, it's still a teachable moment and you can still learn from it, because we live and we learn, right? So all you have to do is make sure you pick yourself back up.
And to be honest, I just hope he's doing well right now and that he's sort of recovering, and that maybe in the future he will fall in love again if that's what's best for him.
Honestly, if you are going through this and if you are doing okay, I salute you, because this really does take a lot of emotional energy. So yeah, hope you're doing great.
I wish I did more when I was younger. I wish I climbed more trees.
Built more forts, created more fantasies. You get the gist of it.
I wish I hold on to my child self instead of wishing to grow up faster and stuffing my face with horrendous schoolwork stress and burden of wanting to escape. I think this is what a lot of us in KY felt, that we should have had more childhood. When you were a child, you always wanted to grow up, to like have a life on your own, to like pay your own bills for some reason, to get to do what you want in your life, like go out whenever you like and things like so, right? But when you actually grow up, you realize how precious your childhood was.
For this, I would like to say that we can't say that we're still kids. We're technically teenagers, young adults. But that wouldn't stop you from climbing more trees or building more forts. You can still do that regardless of your age.
You realize when you grow up that you were supposed to enjoy your childhood, but you only realize it now when you're no longer a child.
Feel like you're drowning in schoolwork, maybe try to find the joy in it, or like try to change your environment to make it more enjoyable in a way. And yeah, I would not care about other people's thoughts, not focus on academics only, and explore more.
I would also continue to learn what I was learning and not give up. Basically, more self-learning, more self-exploration, and daring to speak up and becoming someone who is more courageous and independent.
Besides that, I hope I can learn to express my emotions openly and learning how to overcome my lowest points in life, not hiding my feelings or trying to protect myself by being less vulnerable.
Overall, I will be someone who is more open to failing, crying, being laughed at, and someone who just doesn't care about other people's opinions.
I feel like this is something that people grow to learn, and I don't think that it should really be a regret, because you're young and you wouldn't have known what you know now. As you grow older, you'll get wiser.
I think that's a really, really good statement, because it talks about the courage to be disliked, which I think not many people really know. And it's definitely something that we should all strive for, because listening to other people's opinions and sometimes just their genuine bullying, it can really get us down when ultimately they're just scared of us and our potential. So good on you. I think this is a really, really good actualization to carry more into that self-exploration. And yeah, I wish you all the best.
The thing I regret the most is to learn and understand more about Islam.
I think I took it for granted. Being born as a Muslim is indeed the greatest blessing, but it's not enough to just inherit it from our parents. I truly do resonate with this statement, because I do feel that at some point in our lives, for most of us, we've sort of wavered in our beliefs, especially towards religion, since it's something that was instilled with us from our youth. And so, when you get rebellious with your parents, obviously you're going to question everything, including your religion. And I think it's good that you realize that not to take it for granted. And I think to learn and understand more about Islam is a great thing, because it's a really beautiful religion with a lot of amazing stories and amazing lessons to be learned from our history. And I think for me personally, I've led a more Islamic life, and I feel happier every single day because I'm doing it, and because I'm learning more not only about my religion, but as well as my other friends. And for me personally, I would take it a step further, not just to learn and understand more about Islam, but other people's cultures as well. Not to say that you're going to follow those cultures, but to understand why they do certain things and to be able to fully integrate with your friends, even though there may be differences amongst you.
I understand where you're coming from, and it's never too late to do anything. So if you want to understand and learn more about Islam, then inshallah, you still have the time to do so. So I hope you're doing well in your journey to find your religion back.
It's kind of hard to say considering I'm still young, but what are we, 19, 20? But one thing I would like to change is my decisions to take a position just for the name and recognition from others. Right now, I would rather take a position that I know I will enjoy doing. You should always put this as your priority because let's be real. When we're going to get into our jobs, when we're going to get our jobs, we can't be sure that the job that we're doing is what we're going to enjoy. So better we make the most out of our time now, do the things that we love so that it can then develop and so that it can develop us to be a better person and you can enjoy doing it. At certain times, it's fine to not take on these very big challenges if you know you're not going to enjoy it. And if you know that only taking it for yourself is only going to degrade you more as a person. So I think, yes, it is very important to prioritize what you like and prioritize your own well-being first.
I don't think I will change any decision that I made because no matter what future it resulted in, it makes me who I am today. Everyone is unique and having no regrets is what we're meant for. I think I resonate with this a lot because even though I feel like I personally have a lot of decisions that I think could have been better in some ways, still kind of something that makes you who you are because the choices that you make do end up becoming a part of who you are and it does define who you are as a person. And even though this person does not regret anything that they made, maybe they do realize that they did make mistakes, but those mistakes still ended up helping them with their character development. It's not bad to regret things though. I think it's really important to regret certain things in life as well, especially if it hurt you or it made your life unfulfilling in any way. It's important. It's up to the person. If you feel like something turned out the way it did because of your decisions and it ended up like affecting your life positively, I think that's a good thing. But if it ended up affecting your life negatively, that's okay as well because you learn from it.
I thank you guys for giving such thoughtful response and honest ones as well, because these are also the things that I'm sort of too afraid to tell everyone else. So this was really brave of you guys, and I hope all of you guys could put this regret in the past and maybe like just live your life with more passion and then forgive yourself for the things that you regret in the past. So yeah, that's all for today.